Which side are you on?
Hi, I'm Eric Coleman. I'm here in Las Vegas in Clark County. And it was in 1921 that William Andrews Clark pulled out his shares of the Union Pacific Railroad. That same year, they cut 60 workers when the town's population was 2,300 people, and newly elected President William Harding put new people on the railroad board that were anti-labor.
Are you on, boys? Which side are you on?
On July 1st of 1922, the Shopkeepers Union called a strike, and almost every member walked out. The unions were not unsympathetic. They controlled the town's electricity, so they agreed with Union Pacific to leave a couple workers on the job to supply the town's electricity as long as the strike breakers were not receiving that electricity. Then a worker fell asleep on the job. Now all the Union Pacific people, all the management, was waiting for a federal judge to step in. And finally that happened. On July 22nd, about 60 workers attacked 6 strike breakers and put them in the hospital. That caused the federal judge to step in. But the local officials refused to enforce it because most people in the town were employed by the union and they needed those votes. Now the trains could still operate as long as they didn't need repairs. But then things got worse. The firemen, the brakemen, and the engineers walked off the job in solidarity. Then, shortly after July 22nd, 1922, all hell broke loose, and the strikers went into a full-on attack against the strike breakers and the scabs. That resulted in Governor Emmett Boyle calling in the National Guard, and soon after that, the whole strike dissipated and fell apart. But the lasting results from this whole affair is that the workers got some concessions, very few, and as punishment, the railroad, Union Pacific, moved railroad work out of Las Vegas. Today, if you want to get a passenger train to Las Vegas, you got to go 45 minutes away from here.
Which side are you on, boys? Which side are you on? Which side are you on, boys? Which side are you on?
Not a lot of people realize that men, women, and children had to die to give us such a basic thing as the weekend. One person who understands that is Bernie Sanders, and he's fighting for a 32-hour work week. I voted for Bernie back in 2016, back when he was cool, or at least that's what me and Dave thought when we went to go see him in Iowa.
Iowa, thank you!
Now let's get to this week's drawing. As inspiration, I'm referencing this picture of August Spies speaking to workers from a rail car circa the 1880s.
They say in Harlan County there are no neutrals there. You'll either be a Union man or a thug for J.H. Blair. Which side are you on, boys?
And now I want to talk about something very important, something very near and dear to my heart. Pete Seeger is an excellent musician, but I am probably going to get dinged for copyright, even though he has been dead since 2014. So, for my money, and by the way, I just gave myself a raise, you want to talk about a good jam band, a folksy jam band. For my money, it's going to be Grateful Dead, it's going to be Wilco, Fish, maybe Dave Matthews Band, maybe even some Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh, workers, can you stand it? Tell me how you can. Will you be a lousy scab, or will you be a man? Which side are you